Hello and welcome. This is episode 22 following our League Cup game. So today we've got Chelsea at home and then Everton at home. Euro Cup and FA Cup. But before we get onto that, let's just catch up with the results since the League Cup final. And before we start that, you'll probably notice that I'm still suffering from my cold a little bit. My voice is still very croaky. So you might want to turn the volume down when we're watching the games. But since the League Cup final, we've had 4 games, and in that, 2 of them have been Chelsea away, and the other 2 have been wins. So we beat Stoke 1-0 at home following our beating of them in the Cup final. So we beat them 1-0 thanks to an Arthur goal in the first half. Then we played Chelsea away in the Premier League and we lost 1-0 to them. And then we played Chelsea away in the Euro Cup and we lost 1-0. So, as a fun fact, this year we haven't scored a single goal against Chelsea because we drew to them at home 0-0. If we just find, in the Premiership it was 0-0 when we played them at home. So, we now have to play them at home and score more than 1 goal to go through. So, it's a tough ask for the team. Following the Chelsea game, though, we did go back to scoring form with a 3-0 win over Huddersfield. Kluivert, Dolberg and on to Veros with goals. So that's left us in a very healthy position in the Premiership. We are 3rd place. We're 9 points off top. Interestingly, we are only 6 points or 5 points off 5th. So it's all to play for, but we are comfortable at the moment. And as we've shown before, in our schedule, we've only got 1 game really to worry about now, and that's Arsenal at home. Yes, Leicester away can also be difficult for us. But I would expect wins in the majority of the other games. So that puts us in a very good position, and we can start dreaming potentially of Champions League qualification this year. But that's the Premiership, and next up we're going to be playing the Euro Cup second round. Second leg, we are 1-0 down against Chelsea. Can we beat them at home? Okay, so here we are, and we're going with quite an offensive midfield 3 today because Ascasabar got himself sent off against Chelsea, so he's obviously suspended this match, and Sturaro is still injured, so Højbjerg will play as a box-to-box midfielder alongside Arthur and Romeo. Oxlade-Chamberlain comes in on the right because Justin Kluivert is only on 93%. And Moussa Dembele takes his rightful place up front. We did try Dolberg against Chelsea away, but it was a mistake not to start with the man who's leading the Euro Cup scoring charts, as we didn't manage to register a goal against Chelsea. So let's move into the dressing room, and we'll tell them to pick up where we left off last time. And just to double check tactically, I think to start off with, we're going to go counter, just because I think Chelsea are going to come at us a little bit. Obviously, it's in their interest to get an away goal because we don't have an away goal. So if they score 1, we have to score 3 to go through. At the moment, it's just 2. And Hazard puts it wide. He has a first attack of the game within 20 seconds and puts it wide. And Chelsea at the moment are in the ascendancy, and as Paqueta's got it on the right hand side, swings it across to Rudiger, to Van Ginkel now it's Fabregas to Hazard, plays in Willian, and Willian straight at the goalkeeper. Okay, so we can see from the stats it is all Chelsea at the moment. We're not retaining possession well, so let's try and do that. And maybe we need to switch up to standard a little bit. Arthur to Romeo. Ita now with the ball. Hysaj. Back to Arthur. De Ligt's got the ball. Plays it to Arthur. Back to Arthur. Arthur's controlling the midfield at the moment. Chamberlain does the same as Willian and just puts it straight at the keeper. So, it's been 35 minutes and not a lot is happening at the moment. Defensively, though, we're doing okay. At the moment, as long as Chelsea don't score, and here they've got a chance, Lozano kicks it away. Only as far as Fabregas, and Hazard will pick it back up on the left-hand side, swings it into Willian, who heads it in at the far post. Is this our Euro Cup dream over? at 1-0 down at home, 2-0 down in aggregate, I think it probably is over. Hazard, a great ball. Okay, so we need to go ultra attacking, I think, second half. Okay, end of the first half, and we've not done badly, but we're not doing well either. So tell them it's disappointing, and no. Let's go attacking straight from the off. We need to really push the ball at them now. And let's see if this raise in tempo and directness is going to help us in this match. Okay, nothing's happening yet. It's been 10 minutes and nothing's happened at all. This may go down as the dullest match we've had so far on an episode. And this is really frustrating to watch because there's absolutely nothing going on. The match is flying past. Nobody's doing anything. I'm going to take Chamberlain off. We're going to bring on Ontiveros on the wing. Hysaj to Romeo. Back to Hysaj. Højbjerg's got it now. Now it's Chamberlain. And Chamberlain almost scores with his last touch of the game. But Courtois turns it over the bar. And it's the 87th minute. We need 3 goals in 3 minutes. It's not going to happen today. The Euro Cup dream is dead. It's over. We started today in 4 competitions. Well, technically not the 4th because the League Cup's now been won, but it was us that won it. Van Ginkel, Chelsea down, knocking the ball about. They know they've got this game in the bag. Pineda onto Martens, and that's all over. The Euro Cup dream is over. Disappointed in the team. They could have done better than that, I think. We haven't scored against Chelsea in 4 games this season. But next up, we've got Everton at home in the FA Cup. So here we are. We've got Everton at home. And big news already just in for the FA Cup. Liverpool have been knocked out by Leeds. So Leeds are through. Wolves lost to Chelsea. So Chelsea are also through. Can we join them? We've had to go for a bit of a weakened team today. Or I wouldn't say weakened, but not first choice because of it being so close to the Chelsea game. So Ontiveros and Kluivert are the wingers today. Wilshere, Ascacaba and Romeo playing in midfield. Calabria will play as right back, and Cahill and Bertrand will also join him in the back 4, and Dolberg starts up front. We're going with a control mentality. And Luis Enrique had just been sacked by Man City. So last year Pep Guardiola got sacked. They brought in Luis Enrique. He's just been sacked. And Man City are currently lying 6th now in the table. Bit of empathy, and it's a long season. Rotation is necessary. Okay, so hopefully we can have a better performance in this game than we did in the last. Obviously the Chelsea game wasn't great. Losing 1-0. This is the furthest we've got so far in the FA Cup. Last year we got knocked out, I think, in the 4th round. So it's important for us to continue this going. And who knows, we might get the domestic cup double if things go our way. But Kluivert's on the ball now. And he's been tackled by Strinic. Strinic back to Zekanovic. And Schneidlin against his old club. Now it's Sigurdsson. Loses it to Calabria. Kluivert wins the ball back. And now it's Wilshere to Ontiveros. Dolberg's trying to make a run. Gets found. Plays it back to Ascacaba. And Kluivert's in there and hits the post. So Everton have done quite well to retain most of their players since being relegated. They are top of the Championship, so we'll be back in the Premiership. We would expect next season. and we need to work the ball into the box. And again, this is a bit like the last game where we're not creating many decent chances. Cahill's on the ball though at the moment, and Hoot to Wilshere, plays in Kluivert, and Kluivert across and onto Veros. Just couldn't get there quick enough. 9 shots against 3, but we've only had 2 highlights out of those 9. Let's retain the possession as well, and Ontiveros will deliver the ball into Ascasabar, back to Ontiveros, to Wilshere now. Plays it all the way out to Calabria. Now Calabria's got on to Dolberg on that left-hand side, doesn't look for him. Plays it into Wilshere, Ontiveros now, slips it to Kluivert, and Kluivert scores this time. He doesn't need to be asked more than once, and this time he scores. This is a really good ball by Ontiveros here. Just holds it and then plays in Kluivert, who puts it past Pickford at the near post. And Kluivert won't win that header, but Wilshere's back on it. Now it's Kluivert. To Dolberg. Ontiveros. Ascasabar drills it, puts it over. Okay, half time and 1-0 up. We have the draw straight after the following day after this game. So we'll obviously play that draw out in this episode. Obviously, if we still manage to hold on to this winning position in this game. Bertrand now with the free kick. Delivers it to Hoyt, and Ascasabar gets there, but much like Ontiveros in the first half, hits the side netting. 65 minutes played, and it's still not the most exciting of matches, but really delivers the ball upfield. Only to find Fabra on the other team. Sigurdsson now to Garner. I'd say Garner, his name's obviously Idrissa Gueye. For some reason, he has Garner on the back of his shirt. Vlasic to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And Calvert-Lewin to Sigurdsson, and it's 1-1. This is not good. Their one meaningful attack. And they cut us right open. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Okay, so let's make a change, and we will bring on our only choice here is Arthur. Dolberg to come off, Coman to come on. Sorry, the cold is starting to take its toll, and Cahill's there. Why have I said Cahill? I don't know. It's Cahill, obviously. Gary Cahill scores so infrequently that I forget how to pronounce his name in excitement. Hurt with a great header on, and Cahill was found at the back post. But now it's an Everton highlight immediately. And this normally, as you'll know, this normally spells bad news for us. McCarthy on the ball. Plays it to Coleman, to Arnautovic. But Roma makes tackle. Not that far though. McCarthy gives it back to Schneiderlin. Into Vlasic. Calvert-Lewin, and Hurt gives it to Ontiveros. Now it's Ontiveros again. Wilshere. To Coman. Now Wilshere again. Loses it in middle field. Sigurdsson. Back to Vlasic. Calvert-Lewin is 1-on-1, and he puts it wide. He had a clear sight of goal. Calvert-Lewin should have probably done better in that position. Is that second goal going to be enough? 93rd minute, 94th, and it's all over. We have won this 2-1. That's good. We're through to the semi-finals. That's another Wembley visit for us, as the FA Cup semi-finals are played at Wembley, and where we'll face either Leeds, Chelsea, or I don't know who the other team is. West Ham. Ooh. Okay, so we'll be back in a second for the draw. So here we are, the FA Cup semi-final draw. There's 4 teams left in it. Chelsea, us, Leeds and West Ham. Hopefully we can draw Leeds or West Ham. Leeds are drawn out first. They will be facing us, Southampton. Southampton versus Leeds. I'm happy with that. We've beaten Leeds twice so far in the Premiership. Confident going ahead with that. West Ham will play Chelsea. That's a really good draw for us. Obviously, we don't really want to play Chelsea unless it's in the final, where we have had one good result against them in the past. So, let's look at the schedule now. What have we got coming up? Okay, so, like I said, we want to try and push on. So, what we're going to do is we're going to come back for the West Ham match and the Leeds semi-final match. So, next episode, tomorrow, we'll be back for... Actually, not the West Ham match. We'll come back for Leeds and Newcastle, which then will just leave us with the last episode being either Leicester and Arsenal or Arsenal and a finalist in the FA Cup. But that's been us today. If you've enjoyed this episode, let us know by liking or subscribing or by sending us a comment. If you don't like this episode, let us know by giving us a comment. Otherwise, until next time, until tomorrow, I'll see you later.